All right, gentlemen. First of all, why do I always say "all right, gentlemen" at the beginning of each video? I don't know, but hopefully that's not too annoying for you. If you could please click New Tab and type in Desmos.com, and you will get to a website that looks like this. We are going to use the graphing calculator function of Desmos. So if you can click on graphing calculator, and what we want to do is take a look at the beats that we just looked at. We looked at two different beats happening at the same time. And each of those beats can be represented as an equation. And those equations, where they meet, would hopefully be the same place that you guys said the same number at the same time. So let's look at what this looks like graphically. So let's take the first beat. The first beat, one group counted by fives and started at 0. So they started at 0 and then they went up 5 every time. So we're going to multiply that by x. And then that equaled some number. And the second group, so you just kind of type this in here as I'm doing it. The second group started at 9 and increased by 4 every time. And that equaled some number that changed. Now, what we can do is if you could just click on and hold and drag up to, even you can maybe just zoom out, that might be good too. And we can kind of look, you can see these are all the numbers that you said 0, 0. This group said 10, then they went to 20, 25, 30. And eventually we both said 45. And that 9 would be on the ninth beat. We both said 45. So what we're seeing here is that is the intersection point. Now, all these red ones, these are all the ones that the first group said. These are all the numbers the first group said, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and when they said it. This group said the blue numbers. And where they met is where we both said the exact same number at the exact same time. And it was 45 on the ninth beat. So let's take a look at the second one. You can cross those off. The second one, the first group started at 20, and then they went down 2 every time. So they started at 20, went down 2 every time, and that was some number. And then here's all those numbers they said. They went 20, then they went to 18, 16, 14, so on. The second group started at 0 and went up 3 every time, and that was some number. And we can see here, the purple is what all the second group said. The green is what all the first groups or the other group said. And right here, we both said 12 on the fourth beat. So right there is your intersection point. So here we have a lot of points that the purple group said, a lot of points that the green group said, but only one where we both said the same number at the same time. And that is the intersection point. And let's look at the third one. The third one was the first group started at -6 and then increased 6 every time. Second group started at 30 and went up 3 every time. There's that equation. And if I zoom out a little bit, I can see where we both met. Zoom in a little bit there. Looks like we both met at 1266. So we both said 66 on the 12th time. And if you check that, 12 times 3 is 36 plus 30 is 66. 12 times 6 is 72. 72 minus 6 is 66. So this point satisfies both equations. So what we were able to do is find the intersection point of two equations. Now, what I want you to do is see if you can come up with two equations that we would both say 10 at the exact same time. In other words, two beats where the two groups would meet and say 10 at the exact same time. So go ahead and play around with this Desmos here to kind of help you. You can also use your paper if that helps. Um, and then you can put your equations in to see if you can get that where they would both meet right at 10. Then when you're done that, you're going to click share graph so I can see what you came up with. You are going to copy this link and then just paste it into Desmos, or I'm sorry, into Canvas to show me what you came up with.